talk about the whole idea of primary and secondary. Remember we talked about reinforcers before? Have we talked about reinforcers? Is this where we stop? No? Oh, we haven't even got to operant yet, right? All right, so we're here. This is okay. All right, when we start talking about, you can skip. Let's go to taste inversion. Um, taste inversion, literally, what it is literally you have conditioned yourself to not like a certain taste. Okay, when you think about the taste, you get sick. So, who likes? Give me something you don't like. Broccoli. Okay, yeah, broccoli's always number one choice. All right, what does broccoli taste like to those people who eat it? You guys don't even know. All you do is you just eat it. You put some stuff on it, and you say it tastes good. But technically, it does taste like probably some leafy tree type material. I know you probably never ate trees, but that's probably what it tastes like broccoli. The problem is, if we heard those people who don't like it hear broccoli, you're like, ugh. You can taste it in your mouth to where if somebody just told you they mixed broccoli in it, you already know I don't want to eat that. It's a condition you've already been classically in regards to taste. Does that make sense? Everybody in this class has something you do not eat. Right? Nobody eats everything. I found that out. Even the people who's like, oh, I eat everything. There's always something you don't eat. Does that make sense? It's taste aversion. Another one we have is extinction and spontaneous recovery. Now, remember we talked about classical conditioning, correct? We understand classical conditioning, correct? Correct? All right. So in classical conditioning, remember you have a conditioned stimulus, right? What's the conditioned stimulus? Since y'all are writing me, yeah, What is it? That's the what? Right. So the conditioned stimulus creates a what? All right. Extinction occurs when the conditioned stimulus no longer causes a response. Does that make sense? Remember when we talk about perfume of somebody that you like, you dating, and all of a sudden you break up and then you smell the perfume, it does nothing for you. You smell the cologne, it's just like, okay, it just smells like cologne. It has no more response for you. That love song that you guys used to play that when you heard it you got Google bumps, the butterflies, now you hear it and it's like, it's just a song. That's extinction. Does that make sense? Is that an easy one? Yeah, right? All right. Extinction occurs, but every once in a while, let's just go back to a song. You hear that love song, all of a sudden in the car, you're driving down the street, you're on 985, and they play it, and you start laughing. That thought popped back in your mind about whoever that love song was. That's spontaneous recovery. It's when a sudden stimulus creates a response after extinction occurs. Extinction must occur first for spontaneous recovery to happen. A stimulus suddenly appears that causes a response. I know I changed it. That causes a response that must occur after extinction. Your face is like, I know she just better not change after I started writing this. It causes a response after extinction. Extinction must occur for spontaneous recovery to happen. Do we all understand that? It's literally you forgot about it, then all of a sudden it popped back in, it brought about a response, it's gone again. Do we all understand that? It's like a recall. It's like a memory. Like you're sitting there and it's like you hear the song, you like, oh my goodness, and it's gone again. Make sense? All right, good. Generalization. Generalization. Um, Generalization is literally when you generalize a stimulus over a category. And I'll break it down, but you generalize a stimulus over a category. You generalize a stimulus over a category. For instance, if I said I don't like McDonald's, McDonald's makes me sick, and you said, do you eat McDonald's? I'm like, no, I don't eat fast food. That's generalizing. I generalize now that all fast food makes me sick, even though it was just McDonald's. Does that make sense to you? So generalization is if I said, say one thing at um, an Italian restaurant makes me sick. Let's just say spaghetti at an Italian restaurant makes me sick. I know it's spaghetti, but you say you want to go to an Italian restaurant. Oh no, Italian food makes me sick. I've just done generalization. I've now associated the whole restaurant to making me sick. The whole food category to making me sick. Does that make sense to you? You got that? Good. You're on the roll. Discrimination. Discrimination is when I create one specific stimulus in regards to causing a response. One specific stimulus is causing a response. In other words, I identify one specific thing. So McDonald's makes me sick, but then I tell you, McDonald's don't make me sick. It's that one on 985 that makes me sick. I now have discriminated that it's just this one location, or if I say it's when she cooks my food, it makes me sick. That's when you got discrimination. It's more specific. It's literally giving a specific cause or specific stimulus that creates a response. Does that make sense? Everybody still good? Easy, right? All right. Stick with me because y'all been riding really well, and I don't need you to stay on with this one. Higher order conditioning. Now, I'm gonna say it for you to write it, and then I'll explain it. Okay? It's when the conditioned stimulus is linked to a new conditioned stimulus, which causes the original response. Okay. It's when a new conditioned stimulus is linked to a new conditioned stimulus. Oh, did I? What I say? I'm happy I taped this stuff. All right. It's when a new conditioned stimulus, right? No. Okay. When original conditioned stimulus is linked to a new conditioned stimulus, I said that right, and causes the original conditioned response. Hey, look now. One more time. Who writes fast? Read what I wrote. Conditioned response. Thank you. Or no, the original conditioned response. All right. Everybody finished writing? No. Everybody who, as you're writing, does that make sense? No? All right, let's break this down to the dog. Let's just say this is my dog's treats. This is the unconditioned stimulus, right? What does he do when he gets treats? What does a dog do when they get treats? Let's just say he sits, okay? Let's just all agree he sits. All right. This is Max treats. I give Max the treat. Max does what? All right. I now put Max treats in a container. So Max treats are kept inside of a container. Do we all understand that? So now when I go and get the container, which is now the conditioned stimulus, what is Max going to go do? Sit, because he knows it contains the what? The treat, which is the unconditioned stimulus. Let's see, y'all losing. Y'all lost y'all. Unconditioned stimulus creates an unconditioned response. Yes? Treats makes the response, and he does what? Sit. I now slobber. Okay, he sees treats, he spits. It works. Okay. So he sees treats, he starts to slob. Yep, that works too. All right. He now has associated this with the container, right? Because he's smart, because he's been conditioned that when I get the container, I'm going to go inside and get him the what? No, no, no. He's just going to get the what? The treat. All right. So now that he's learned, now that he's learned this. What happens when he sees this? He slobs. Okay. Because he knows this represents what? Tree. Now, higher order conditioning occurs when this is put into the condition, and then I put this into the cabinet. Now he knows that the cabinet represents what? The container. The container represents the treats. So the minute I go to the cabinet, he's gonna go do what? Slobber. He now has higher order conditioning. It's a chain reaction. Thank you. Yes. There you go. What now? Well, I got this last place in my hand. Condition, unconditional, old conditional, new condition. Still the response. Some of y'all got that look like, what the heck is she talking about? When the pen goes up and spit it on out. Uh-huh. The cabinet is the new condition. All he's done is associated, and let's change the words. This might help you. He associated this with this. Now he associated this with this. That's a better way. We walk the dog. He associates my shoes with walking. He now associates me getting up, going to the door, is getting my shoes, is getting him to walk. So the minute I get up, he runs to the door. He's now, exactly. He just keeps higher order, higher order, higher order. Yes? Yeah, I'm going to shake it to y'all a little bit better because y'all all had a mama. Okay? Now, my mama had a look. The look represented pain because it was the look just before she got the belt. We all understand. So, my higher order conditioning said belt, pain. Belt, closet, pain. Because the belt was in the closet. So I knew if she went to the closet, the belt was inside of there. I felt pain as she opened up the closet. Higher order. I then started to realize she gives me a look before she gets to the closet to get the belt that caused the pain. So just the look brought pain. She had to get to the closet or get the belt. That's higher order conditioning. Good? Better? It's just like, before I got this last time, she did this. But before she did that, she did this. I get it now. I don't even need that. I don't even need this because I know this means that. Yeah? Man, you got to look like, what the heck is she talking about? Everybody good? Yes. All right. Good. See that wasn't bad. Whew. All right. Little Albert. You need to know about Little Albert. Little Albert was one of those people who was conditioned to learn how to be fearful. We've actually found out that classical conditioning causes phobias. Okay. Little Albert was actually an experiment, and what happened with Little Albert? They took a white stuffed rat and put it in front of Little Albert, and they started banging stuff behind his head. White stuffed rat, bang stuff behind his head. Eventually, what do you think Little Albert did when he put the white stuff in front of him? He started crying and screaming because he thought the banging was coming. So we actually found out we can make you afraid of things by conditioning you to things. A lot of you've been conditioned. Bugs is a perfect example of being conditioned. When you were 2 or 3 and you were outside, bugs were your friends. You probably gave them names. You would have walked them if they had a leash. You picked them up, put them in your pocket. You probably would have took them to bed and put them to sleep. They were cool. Then your mom said, when you picked it up to give it to her as a gift, she did what? She screamed, that's nasty, that's horrible. And you're like, we don't like bugs. You're now 6 and you're screaming with the bugs. She created the phobia. Make sense? Good. Operant conditioning, easier than classical. All right, done by Skinner, and Skinner used what is called a Skinner box. Okay? Inside the Skinner box, he had a rat. What happened with the rat was when the rat pushed the lever, he would give it pebbles of food. So what do you think the rat started to do? Push the lever. So what he realized is if I reward you, I can increase your behavior. Got it? So rewards increase behavior, or what we also call reinforcement. All right, so reinforcements or rewards increase behavior. Do we all understand that? If I want you to keep doing something, I reward you. It's just that simple. Make sense? You got good grades when you were in middle school, high school. Your parent gave you money. You kept trying to get good grades. Make sense? Are we all still good? All right. There's two different types: positive reward or negative reward. Now, for a moment, I need everybody throw out of your mind the word negative means bad. The word negative just means subtract or take away. The word positive just means to add or give. We all understand that. Take away the idea that negative means bad. It just means to subtract or take away. Are y'all all still with me? Rewards always feel good. Know that if you give a reinforcement or reward, it always feels good. Are you following me still? I need feedback, y'all. I'm a psychologist, not a psychic. Yes, we get it. All right. So if I give you a positive reward, I'm giving you something that feels good. Yes. Give me an example. Treats. Good. Yeah. Examples. Money. Okay. Presents. These are all trophies. Good. All positive reinforcement. Do we understand? Negative reinforcement, I take something away that makes you feel good. There you go. You don't have to do chores if you get all good grades. I've given you a negative reinforcement. I've taken something away that makes you feel good. You get all good grades on your test, you don't have a final exam. Negative reinforcement. I take something away that makes you feel good. Yes, no, no, yes. Give me another example. And now all y'all looking down at your paper. Say it again. As soon as you take the toys, it hurts. So try something. Take your kids something that if you took it away, they will love it because you took it away. Washing dishes. What else? Broccoli. You do good in school, you don't have to eat any broccoli this week. Negative reinforcement. Your child is going to do excellent in school. You do good in school, you don't have to eat no vegetables. Phenomenal. They're going to pass with flying colors all week. Makes sense. You guys for jobs at work. If you come to work on time every day, I'll give you next week off. Negative reinforcement. Okay? Does that make sense? Do we get this? This is where people get confused. You got it. It doesn't mean negative. It just means I take something away and it makes you feel good. Yes? Who does not get reinforcement, negative reinforcement? Positive just means I add something that makes you feel good. So I give you money, I give you a raise, I give you treats, I give you um, food. Say it again. It's literally. I'm trying to keep you to keep doing good. So I'm gonna give you something. If I'm doing here, I'm gonna take something away to make you keep doing good. Yeah, like say for instance, right. That makes sense. Like stuff like that. Yeah, like those are good examples. All right. You then have what is the flip side, and we're gonna skip like skip this, skip that, skip that. We'll come back. Seriously? Okay. We're gonna talk about the other side, which is called a punishment. A punishment hurts. Okay, just it's got to be on some slide. Let's kind of go to. Or this computer, we don't have a slide. So let's put it. Let's write it here. So know that you got punishment. So you got rewards. So let's go back to Skinner. Skinner had the rat. He pushed the lever. What happened? He put food out, and the rat did what? Gave it. He started to keep pushing the lever. He then said, "Let's try something different." The rat pushed the lever, and it shocked the rat. What do you think the rat started to do now? Not. So he says, "If I punish you, I can decrease your behavior. So if I punish you, I want to make you stop doing something. Remember, when I rewarded you, I want you to keep doing it. I'm punishing you. I want you to stop doing it." Does this make sense? Who here has ever been on a punishment? Okay. You were on a punishment because your parents wanted you to do what? Stop doing whatever it was. Does that make sense? Now, we've got positive and negative punishment. Positive means that we do what? Add. Negative means we do what? Subtract or take away. So, positive punishment. I give you something that hurts. Punishment always hurts. Punishment always hurts. I give you something that hurts. Tell me something that you give that hurts. A spanking. A spanking is a positive punishment. Newsflash. Spanking, slaps, extra chores, all positive punishment. So if you have children and you give a spanking, you can really say, "I need to give you a positive punishment to change this behavior." I give you something that hurts. Make sense? Negative punishment. I take something away that hurts. No TV, car, no phone. Exactly. It still hurts because it's a exactly. Let me see. What pigeon? Yeah, pigeons can sometimes get a little sidetracked. Yeah, throw some food out and the pigeon would just bomb everything. Right. Does everybody get the difference? This was easy, wasn't it? Yes? Who's lost? Now speak now, forever hold your peace. All right, let's keep moving. So, reinforcement, positive stimulus. If it's a positive stimulus, I do what? I need everybody to speak together. Positive stimulus is added, and because it's a reinforcement, behavior is going to increase or decrease. Negative reinforcement, added or taken away, is behavior going to increase or decrease? Punishment, positive punishment, added or taken away. Punishment is going to make behavior increase or decrease. Negative punishment, add or take away. Behavior going to increase or decrease. Very good. Do we feel safe? Silence has entered the room. I'm feeling a little. See, some of y'all, some of y'all be like, "Yeah, we got it." But sometimes y'all be like, "Is this a, or is this like, yeah, we got this?" Okay. Some say we're gonna repeat it again because it's quite a few questions from your final exam. So when we have review time, you're would always be like, can we go back over? Because you might have to go back over. Okay. I do fully understand this. Now, in regards to reinforcements, you have what's called a schedule. You're either going to do continuous or partial. Continuous means all the time. Partial means sometimes. Is really what it says. Continuous, I reinforce you all the time. Or partial, I reinforce you sometimes. Yes? Continuous, I reinforce you all the time. Partial, I reinforce you sometimes. Continuous, every A you get, I give you money. Partial, every 3 A's you get, I'll give you money. Yes? Simple, right? All right, good. We then put it on a schedule. We have what are considered fixed and variable. When you see the word fixed, know it means same. Fixed, same. Fixed, same. Say it with me. Fixed, fixed, same. Variable, change. Variable, change. Say it with me. Variable, variable, change, fixed. All right, good. Woo-hoo. All right. No. Interval. Interval means time represented by a clock. Interval. Time represented by a clock. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, years, months, decades. Anything represented by a clock is an interval. So, if I said fixed interval, you're going to say it means the same what? Time. If I say variable interval, you're going to tell me it's a changing. Right. So if I say I get paid every 2 weeks, what is that? Fixed interval. Why is it a fixed interval? Because it's the what? Did it change? Right. Fixed means it's just the same every time. This clock meets at what this clock meets. This class meets at what time? 12 supposedly here. 12:30. Is it fixed? Yes. Is it an interval? So everything that has a set all the time same is fixed. Now, how many of you go to bed at night? Just doing an evaluation. 11 o'clock every night, same time? Does your time change? Okay, so your bedtime is a what? Variable what? Interval, because it does what? Good job. Woo-hoo. All right. One more part. Ratio. Ratio means the number of times you do something. Ratio, the number of times you do something. Ratio, the number of times you do something. Fixed means what? What? Fixed means variable means. So a fixed ratio means what? Like there we go. I brush my teeth every day. We hope so. That is a fixed ratio. Get it? Variable ratio. Drinking water. Probably. If you are not a everyday drink of water person, you're probably a variable ratio. I drink water every other sometimes. Eating lunch. Sometimes eat lunch, sometimes I don't. Make sense? Yes? Lunchtime. If lunchtime is always at 12 o'clock, that's a what? Fixed what? Interval. Me sometimes eating and not eating it is a variable ratio. Because we're looking at what now? The times I do something versus the time that is on the. Why do I hear confusion? Do I sense confusion? I sense confusion. And where's the confusion lying? The words like And why is this confusing? It's okay. Ratio means what? Interval means what? What? Ratio means what? Interval means what? Let's try this. Ratio, behavior. Interval, time. See how that works? Yeah, because that wordy stuff, y'all get all discombobulated. So let's try this. Watch. Ratio, interval, fixed, variable, interval. So if I have fixed interval, I have the. If I have fixed ratio, I have the. If I have variable uh, interval, I have. Good. See? Ooh, I gotta go kindergarten and demographics for y'all to get stuff. You have it now. Good. Let's move on. So I get confused. Last type of learning, the easiest of easy. For real, for real. If I keep saying it, I think y'all might buy into it. Shaping. Shaping literally means you learn from watching others. Look how easy that was. You learn from watching others. Everybody fine with that? Good. Now, move it forward, and we're going to do latent learning. Latent learning is when you learn something but don't use it till a later time. Latent learning. You learn something but do not use it till a later time. Till it has the greatest reward for you. You learn something but do not use it till a later time till it has the greatest reward for you. Does that make sense to everybody? Correct. Light not doing anything till you had to pay the bill. Perfect. Got it? All right. Coleman, you can write his name down. Observational learning is also called modeling. It's kind of like shaping. Observational learning. I observe people or things to know how to behave. Observational learning. I observe people in order to know how to behave. I observe people. Latent learning is literally I use learning at a later time. Observational learning, I watch people. You mean like shaping? Shaping and observational learning are pretty much the same. Observational learning is also called modeling. It's also called social learning theory. Observational learning, modeling, social learning theory. They all mean the same thing. What does the three names? Observational learning, then what? Modeling and social learning theory. All found by Bandura. Bandura. Bandura is the founder. And what Bandura said is that we behave based on what we see. If you ever realize a little girl watching her mom, she starts to do the same behavior her mom does. A little boy watching her dad, his dad, he does the same thing. He wants to make sure she wants to make sure she has her purse. The little boy wants to shave. He's literally modeling. He's actually being shaped. He's actually observing. Does that make sense? What's the three? And observational learning. What Bandura used was a thing called Bobo. Bobo was a punching bag. Everybody knows those things that you punch. You got the sand in the bottom. You punch it and it comes back. So what he did was he had the little boy watch a video on violence. He then had the little boy say, "We're going to take you in here, and I want you to enact what you saw in regards to relationships with Bobo." And what the little boy did was he ran in, he got Bobo, and he started throwing him, kicking him. because we realize that violence is actually a learned behavior. It's learned through observation. This is why when you hear people say about domestic violence, you see an increase in domestic violence from children who were in domestic violence households. Does that make sense? Everybody get it? That's the end of that chapter.